Sycamore Canyon. It's a pretty big mountain bike or park. I wouldn't say necessarily mountain bike, but a bike park and hiking park that's in between Riverside and the Moreno Valley. I wouldn't think such a park existed in a pretty busy city area, but it does. And when you kind of look at it right now, it feels like it's pretty. We're pretty in the middle of nowhere, but we actually between towns and cities, and it's pretty nice that you can have like those parks perch kind of close to you. So the first trail was the connector. It's a blue trail. It's kind of the beginning of the park, well, depending on where you park your car, obviously, but you have a lot of different trails. You've got green trails, you've got blue trails, you've got black, double black, you've got for every level. And like this one is named Avenger, and it's a blue trail. It goes up and down for the most part for all those trails. So ideally, if you have an e-bike, everything is easier, like I'm using right now. Especially the first time when when you don't really know where you're going. Having an e-bike simplifies a lot of your endeavor, and this way you don't suffer too much, especially when you get a little bit lost, or you don't go exactly the way the trail is supposed to go through if you're following it through Trail Forks or another app. So like this day, it was my first day at this park, and obviously I'm using Trail Forks to find my way around, but as you will see, and as I had to encounter, a lot of the trails are forking in different directions, and well, if you don't follow your map closely, you might get from one trail to another very quickly, and so you're not gonna follow the trail that you were meant to take. But it's okay. I mean, if you have an e-bike, again, everything makes everything easy. You could probably get lost. When I say get lost, is basically not going on the intended trail, but you will find your way around anyway through some other trail, and at some point you'll come back on your feet. So see, for instance, here, because different directions, you're like, okay, where am I going? Some of the trails are not marked also on Trail Forks, so I'm not sure where you're going sometimes. This is another blue trail. It's called Terry's. See, pretty flat, pretty wide, and a lot of the trails are like this, with some turns, some fast sections, some little uphill sections, with some rocks at some point. Makes the trails for every taste. Here is a fast section where you can really bomb down the trail. Got a pretty nice, you already think you're in the middle of the desert. Thank God for my e-bike power, makes things a lot easier. again, it was my first time going this park, with this park, so obviously I'm riding blind for all the trails that I'm doing, so that gives you a first time taste of what the park would be for you if you want to discover it. But if I make the review today, it's because I think this park is not as well known as it should be, because of the variety of the trails that you have, the quantity of the trails, and I think this park should be more known. And as you'll see further up the video, some trails are pretty gnarly. I had to skip some of them because they felt way out of my, well, not way out, but I wasn't pretty sure I could hit it the first time. Also, I was alone that day. I didn't want to, get stranded if something went wrong. So I discovered the e-bike pretty recently. This ride was one of my first with the e-bike at Santa Cruz Bullit, and I'm really amazed by what it can do. It's really an amazing bike. So this is a small area with a lot of features. Trails are pretty short, but they are pretty gnarly. Like this drop, for instance, with the e-bike and the weight of the e-bike, the landing is pretty rough. I didn't do all those small trails and all the features because, again, I didn't feel like it. I'm not 100% comfortable with the e-bike yet, and especially the weight. Geometry is almost it's very similar to what I have on my Santa Cruz Mega Tower, but the weight makes the bike reacts a lot different. So everything I wasn't sure about, I didn't want to risk it. Again, I'm alone. I didn't want to get stranded with a broken leg or something. So this one is called Airtime. Yeah, I skipped a lot of the features. Those rock roll were pretty nice to hit. A lot of grips, you can go at your own speed. But then those gap jumps here, I avoided them because you need to master jumping to hit those, especially with the e-bike with the weight. I don't know about that. So like this one is a gap jump again, and this jump, I think you're supposed to land on the rocks, on the boulders across, but again, I'm not risking it alone. Bird Dog, another trail that in the same small area of features. I think this trail is the least maintained one. As you can see, it's full of bushes and would need some TLC, in my opinion. But I just want to have a go to see what it is. Pump track rollers, some berms, noticed these two jumps going down here. I wanted to hit. To clear this one, I think you need a bigger pop. That was kind of what I was doing. Black Trail, another one called Little Mohawk. It's a pretty cool trail. A lot of boulders in the area. Some of them you ride on them, and some of them are just part of the scenery. The e-bikes again makes everything easier. Pretty sure there's some alternate vines here and there, but again, first time riding it blind, try to stick to what seems to be the main line. And that's the little more. This one is called Sputnik, another black little trail, but very steep. Again, doesn't show it on the GoPro. It's a bummer, but yeah, when you hear me sliding here and there, that means I'm trying to control my speed. And if you hear sliding, it means it's kind of steep. Like this section, for instance, trying to control the speed and where I'm going. I like these kind of trails, challenging. It's not about speed, it's about being smooth and choosing your lines correctly. So that's kind of the end of this trail. So enjoy the discovering of this park, it's worth it.